Welcome back. The next indicator we will look at is what is known as the MACD. MACD stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence Oscillator. Let's define this indicator. MACD is essentially difference between the short-term and long-term moving average of a security's price. The MACD is constructed by calculating two lines. First is the MACD line and the second is the signal line. Let's understand this one by one. MACD line is the difference between the 12-day exponential moving average and the 26-day exponential moving average. So you take the two moving averages and you calculate the difference between them to create the MACD line. The signal line is just the 9-day average of the MACD line. This indicator oscillates around 0, but it has no upper or lower limit. So this indicator is not used the same way as RSI or other oscillators, as there is no specific set overbought or oversold range for the MACD, but instead you need to compare the current level of MACD with the historical performance for each security in order to determine when the price of the security may be out of its normal range. This is just one way of using MACD. Overall, there are three ways you can use MACD. These three ways are shown here. The first way is to look for crossovers of the MACD line and the signal line. The crossover of the MACD line may be a way to generate a buy or sell signal, since the signal line is the slow moving line while the MACD line is the faster moving line. When MACD line crosses the signal line from below it, it is said to be a bullish crossover. Similarly, when the MACD line crosses the signal line from above this line, it is said to be a bearish crossover. But bullish crossovers are valid only when the MACD and signal line are in the negative territory. Similarly, bearish crossovers are valid only when the MACD and signal line are in the positive territory. The second way to use the MACD indicator is to look for when the MACD is outside its normal range for a given security. This may be seen as an indication of an overbought or oversold condition. However, you cannot use this directly as a signal to buy or sell, as overbought or oversold condition may persist for very long. In fact, you would need to combine the signal with other patterns to form a definitive conclusion for trading. Another way to use MACD is to use trend lines on the MACD indicator to detect divergence between the indicator and the price of the security. When MACD and the price are trending in the same direction, we say that there is convergence. In contrast, when MACD and price are trending in the opposite direction, the pattern is divergence. Let's look at an example to understand this. You see here that this convergence seems to be bottoming out, as you see the congestion in price and the indicator. This provides an initial hint that a change in trend might be in the offing. This is further confirmed by this fast moving MACD line crossing the slow moving signal line and hence giving a buy signal. As you see in this chart, the price and the indicator start moving up, and this is another example of price and indicator converging. Sometime around the last 3 months of the year, you see that there is a divergence between the price of the security and the indicator. So you see here how the price here made a new high, while the MACD indicator fails to make a new high. As you already know, the easiest way to detect divergence is by drawing trend lines on price and the indicator. So when you connect the two price highs, you get an upward sloping trend line. Similarly, once you connect the oscillator values, you get a downward sloping trend line. This is clear case of divergence, which suggests that the new price high may not be sustainable. And you see how there has been a substantial correction following this. With this, we have come to the end of our discussion on the MACD indicator.